Exercise 1.4 problem 6 solution. So here set A is given -2, -1, 1, 2 and the function is defined f of x equal to 1 by x, right? For every element of A. Write down the range. There are two parts to the question. Write down the range of the function and is f a function from A to A. Okay. So we have the information, the set A is given and the f of x rule is given, that is 1 by x, and for every element of A, and we are asked to find the range of the function, and then we are asked to find is it a function relating A to A. Okay, so how will we do? So let's find the range for this function. So this is the domain for the function and we'll have to find the range as per the rule f of x equal to 1 by x, right, for every element of A. So what will we do? We will find f of -2, f of -1, f of 1 and f of 2. So that resulting set is the range for A. So that will answer the first part of the question. And what is f of x is 1 by x. So f of -2 is 1 by -2, right? Which is actually becomes -1 by 2. It is basically reciprocal of x. So if it is f of A means it is 1 by A. F of z means it's 1 by z. That is what it says. It's a reciprocal of that number. Okay. So f of -1 will be 1 by -1, that is equal to -1. And f of 1 will be reciprocal of this, that is 1 by 1, that is equal to 1. F of 2 is reciprocal of this 2, which is 1 by 2. So you put all these together and that becomes, it's this one, and that's the range for this function. Okay, so this is the domain and this is the range. Now we are asked to the next part of the question, is it a function A to A? A to A means the domain and the range will be the same. Okay, but if you see this, you see -1 and -1 is here, 1 and 1 is here, but 2 is different and this 2 is half here and -2 is -half here. So you don't have any representation or equivalence for -2 and 2 here, right? So it is not a function from A to A. If you do it by a arrow diagram, you write A here and A here and draw the function. So the image for -1 is -1. So we are linking -1 to 1. Okay, and then we link 1 to 1 is actually linked to 1 is actually linked to 1, right? So we will link 1 to 1. So but whereas for -2 you don't have an image because -2, the image for -2 is -half, which is not here, and similarly the image for 2 is half, that is also not there. So be it by the arrow diagram or by simply checking these two sets whether they are the same, we are able to come to the conclusion that it is not a function of from A to A for one simple reason: -half and half, which is the part of the range, is not not the elements of A, or other words -2 and 2 is not having image in the A itself. But whereas for -1 the image itself is -1, so you're getting it's a function from A to A if every elements are so. For 1 you have an image is 1, which is also okay, but for these two elements you are not having the image in the set A itself, so it is not a function from A to A. You are able to get it? So -2 and 2 do not have images in A itself, but whereas for the other two cases, other two elements, you have the image, but that is not sufficient for us to define it as a function from A to A. You got it? So this problem, let me summarize, it's got two parts. You have to find the range and then you have to check whether it is a function from A to A. And the function f of x is 1 by x is defined here. So for every element of every element of A, find the value of f of x and put it all together in the range. Okay, the range of the function. So this is the domain and this is the range. Okay, then you see that answers the first part of the problem. The next part is whether it's a function from A to A. If it is a function from A to A, you will have to have the same image. But if you can see these two sets are not same, right? They are different. -2 is here and minus 2 and 2 which are present in set A are not present here. Similarly, minus half and half which are present in the range are not present in A. So it is not a function from A to A, and that is clear by simple comparison as well as through the arrow diagram. As you can see, only two elements are able to be, we are able to map it to A, whereas the other two elements 2 and minus 2 do not have images. Okay, I hope it's clear. If not, please go through this one more time, then it will become clear. Thanks for watching this video.